Hello there.
Hi. Oh, hello, Paul.
Yes.
I'm Helen from Green Chair Real
Hi, Helen.
Estate. Lovely to meet
Nice
you.
to meet you too.
Oh, what a beautiful home you have. It's
Yes.
very well presented outside. I love the garden.
Yes, I spend a lot of time on that, and you know, I do the best I can. You know.
Okay, so I have brought a package of information for us to go through, but what I was thinking, we might just, if you're okay, we'll have a look through the property to start with.
Sure.
Does that
No problem.
sound okay?
Yeah. Let me show you around so you can get a bit of an idea what
Let's
you think.
go.
So this is the lovely dining room. Nice foyer, the good size, plenty of room in here.
Very attractive property.
Yeah, it's got a lot of special features that you know just can't get in any other home.
Okay, so I've put a package of information together for you.
Excellent.
Shall we sit
Yes,
here?
yes, have a seat.
Okay, wonderful. Okay, so in this package, firstly I'd like to show you the comparative market analysis, but
Okay.
what I've put together for you, this is just a bit of a presentation. Welcome to Green Chair Real Estate. Has all of our details and what our agency is actually about. So it just gives you a bit of a background about who we are and what we do. The other thing that I've done is I have done a comparative market analysis, which has been prepared. And so this is your property here, 23 Babacona Drive, Moana. Trying to use the best pictures that I've been able to find. Little bit of information there about myself. There's that one. And so looking at your property, I can see that it was last sold on the 28th of September 2006 for $320,000.
Yeah.
And then back at that time, interestingly, it was actually sold at an auction. But I think back then auctions were probably a little bit more popular in this area than what they are today. So that just shows you that. So looking at a comparable map, this goes through and will show you sales and listings that are in the area. Not really too many within the exact area. So
now might be a good time to put it on the market.
It could be a good time because you won't be competing with too many things. So the other thing I've included is some comparable sales. So these houses have been sold recently. This one just around the corner, 17 Watcombe Street, again was 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom. Four car garage, but the same land size, relatively similar era, $475,000. And this one, which is just over the back of you, number 7 Elbury Close.
Oh, that's just behind us.
That's just behind here. That one was 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom as well. That one did sell for $465,000.
Okay.
So there's not a lot of comparable listings, but I have picked out just one other one. This one is Bounty Street, Moana. So going down into the old survey area, but 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom, very similar. This one actually went for as high as $530,000. So I think do you know how long ago that was? Excellent. It does have the date there.
In February this year. Okay.
Another comparable listing that's currently on the market as well, which is in competition. So you just got to remember this one here is for sale right now, and that is the asking price. The other one that I really could only pick was up the top of the road here, number 9 Carco Drive, Moana. It is 3-bedroom. They have it on the market listed $420,000 to $450,000. But generally in real estate, we can add $20,000 for an extra bedroom. So we could say really it's $440,000 to $470,000. That would be the figure if we were to compare it.
Okay.
So I think it's a good thing always to have a look at the demographics of Moana when we do this review, and it just sort of gives you an idea of the population, average, just some things, you know, how far away shops are, you know, things like that, bike, walking, how many homes are owned by families, how many people own properties as opposed to renting. So that's quite a big percentage. 77% of the people in this area actually own their homes. So that's an interesting demographic.
Not many rentals.
Not a lot of rental properties in this area. I think it's a good idea when we're trying to market and sell a property. We always look at schools and childcares that are nearby, because that's important in a family environment. This is a 4-bedroom home, so more than likely families will be interested in this property, so I think it's quite good. And just looking at the suburb insights just gives you a bit of an idea. Average price range, medium rental in this area, and there's just the median growth as well. At the moment it's 4.9%.
Okay.
That's quite an interesting figure as well. And I've included here a profile report of the area. So Moana 5169 ranks as 122nd of the best performing suburbs in Australia, so not too bad really. Gives you some different statistics. 52 properties were sold in Moana in 2016, just as an example. Gives you like their median price range. Key property data report talks about the growth, the median price range, total population, average weekly household income, and also the relative size of the property. So, you know, I think at Greenchair Real Estate we offer an uncompromising service. We focus on providing an optimal experience to all of our clients, and this ensures that our clients get great results with little fuss. We do offer regular effective communication combined with professional and ethical advice, as this is what really Greenchair Real Estate is all about. So whether you choose Greenchair Real Estate to sell or manage your property will certainly ensure attention to detail, as you can see in my report.
That's excellent.
And, you know, the detail is front of mind. So, you know, I think it's important to say that if successful in coming to an agreement with you, maybe even today, I'm not sure, but I've got no doubt that you'll find me to be highly driven and professional, hopefully. I am firmly established in this area, one of the leading agents in Moana, and, you know, results speak for themselves at the end. I certainly would be working my best to produce the best results for you, and I do have a background in senior management and customer service, always applying superior negotiation skills, and I think with this house that's going to be particularly important. My goal is going to be to deliver a seamless and stress-free experience. So the one thing before I go into the summary of what I've based my comparative market analysis on, I'm going to give you an appraisal. I just want it to be clear that this is not a valuation. So it's very important that you realise a valuation is carried out under the instructions of a bank. So this is appraisal. So just to put it simply, valuations involve a formal process that may have a legal standing, but what I'm going to suggest to you today is an appraisal, and that I'm presenting it to you today. It is informally and legally, it's not binding, it's not legally binding. So I'll just, in a quick summary, if you don't have any questions at this point, I'd just like to say, based on all the information and the analysis of this comparative market analysis, it is my opinion that the best option would be to go to a market price of $469,000 based on the information I've given you, and to go as a private treaty. The majority of properties in this area are sold by private treaty. Auctioning seems to be somewhat unsuccessful from, you know, my experience and what I've looked into. There's nothing really unique or unusual about your property here at Babacombe, and so I think what we need to do is just list it, you know, not just list it at the price of $469,000. I think not even, some people might say, oh, would you do expressions of interest? I think in this case we won't. I believe this private treaty will give you more options and open it up to a larger buying market. And this will be the best way to really see what the market's going to demand. The area can be challenging, as there is also, as you know, just up the road here, there's a new housing development. It's in very close proximity, and it does offer house and land packages at a comparable price. So if you were a young family, you may prefer to go for a new home and have it built to how you want it to be. So that certainly is going to be one of the challenges. So how do you feel about things and what I've shown you?
Well, you know, I'm very happy to, you know, if you want to sell my home.
Great.
Yeah.
So that's wonderful. So my folder, which is great, I do have ready a Form 1, which I'll give you now. It's something that you need to read through. It's your rights and obligations as a vendor. And it talks to you about choosing the agent, what the role of the agent is. This is myself. Goes into the sales agency agreement, which I've brought with me for us to go through. Talks about, you know, different things. Advertising and marketing. So again, talks about some of the obligations of marketing and advertising. The duration of the agreement, which is important. Prescribed minimum advertising price, what your reserve price will be, manner of sale, termination of the agreement, sole agency agreement, authority to accept an offer. So there's some of the things that highlights that you will be able to have a read through. And what we will do now is we will go through the buyer agency agreement. So and once we've actually completed it and filled it out, I will be sending you a copy of it all signed for your own records. And in line with our customer first policy, we found the best way to get off to a flying start and to avoid any misunderstandings down the line is to simply take out the legal jargon of what's happening right now and summarise the agency agreement in plain English, which is what I'd like to do.
Okay.
So if we look at the agency agreement that's filled out, it tells you that you've listed your property, because we filled it out for a sale of 90 days with Green Chair Real Estate, and it will be at an advertised price of $469,000. I will offer to sell the property for you at 2.5% commission with a $500 administration fee. So the administration fee will be in place, so even if the property doesn't sell, that is an outgoing expense for you. So we'll go through marketing options and just look at the costs that are involved there. Should your circumstances change and your property is not sold, or you wish to withdraw it from the sale, the only cost payable by you will be the advertising costs that you have authorised that have been incurred, and the search costs to the broker. So Green Chair Real Estate has a professional fee payable at settlement, which is $500. It includes GST and is payable on the settlement of the property.
Okay.
So our customer first policy means when you employ Green Chair Real Estate, you don't just get us, you do get the whole team. And so as you'll see, we've gone through everything here on the buyer's agency agreement, so you're very clear. There's a lot of things in the schedule here that you can read through. Quite important to go through third party information, just governing laws, things like that. We have fully signed it, and I will send you a copy all signed through to your email address. And yes, Paul, I'd like to thank you for your trust and confidence, and know that we'll be doing everything to achieve the best possible price and conditions of the sale. And we'll be looking at a proposed date to start the advertising and marketing campaign, and dates for suggested home inspections. So I think that will be the next thing that we do. Once I get back to the office, I'll go through my diary and I'll email you with some suggested dates for when we should advertise, and also look at, you know, when the best, if you could think about it and let me know what you think would be a good time for open inspections here at your property. So if you give me that feedback.
And do you do the photographs as well?
We will organise a photographer to come in.
Okay,
we have a professional photographer that does all of that. I'll take this signed agreement now with me, and I will leave you with the analysis that I've prepared along with the Form 1. That's for you to keep there. There you go, Paul. And very nice to meet with you.
Excellent.
And I look forward to selling
Thank you
your
very
house.
much. Oh, much appreciated.
Good. Thank you.
Thank you.